The MSI B650 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi is a great option, offering a low retail price point compared to its competitors without compromising on any of the essentials that you'd need to build a solid PC. This motherboard offers adequate VRMs along with excellent connectivity options and comes with a new Wi-Fi 6E built in for cherry on top. Looking into the design and aesthetics, you're not going to find any RGB on the motherboard. For this price range, frankly, that shouldn't be your main concern either. On the VRM heatsink, you'll find the typical MSI branding with black and white dots and lines, and it follows the black and grayish theme throughout the board to further complement the overall look. For a budget motherboard, it certainly does a great job at maintaining a decent aesthetic and highlighting different features of the board in relevant places. The board also uses a silver steel armor PCIe slot, which not only reinforces the slot, but also further continues the established theme of the board, followed by the chipset heatsink in the same aesthetic. All of this establishes a design harmony when looking at the board, which is certainly appreciable at a budget price point. Coming to the power delivery, it uses a 15-phase VRM setup, 12 plus 2 plus 1, which is cooled by two heatsinks. These heatsinks use aluminum along with a fin design on the sides and are relatively thick. You also get high-quality thermal pads and choke pads that ensure the performance remains stable while your cores are running at a high speed. This allows them to manage the VRM thermals quite effectively, providing acceptable temperature levels of around 82 degrees Celsius in Cinebench benchmark tests. With a solid power delivery for your components, you're looking at potential overhead even for overclocking. It also provides two 8-pin power connectors for the CPU. Needless to say, the power delivery will not be your bottleneck when it comes to performance. Speaking of performance, the board features 4 DDR5 memory slots with support for speeds up to 7200 MHz and a maximum capacity of 256 GB. Along with that, you're looking at 2 PCIe Gen 4 x16 slots for your graphics card. There's no support for PCIe Gen 5, both in storage and x16 slots, so that is something to consider if you're really looking to future-proof your build. For storage, you're getting 2 M.2 Gen 4 slots with a dedicated heatsink and thermal pad for one of the slots that MSI is naming Shield Frozr. You also get an easy M.2 clip that removes the need for a screw, making it even easier to install SSDs. This is a neat little addition to the features and not a common sight in this range. In terms of connectivity, you get 7 USB ports on the rear I/O. The great thing is all of these ports are USB 3.0, so you don't have to worry about using an inferior port mistakenly. On the back panel, there's also an HDMI and DisplayPort for integrated graphics, along with a 2.5 gig Realtek Ethernet port and Wi-Fi connectors for the built-in AMD Wi-Fi 6E support. All of this is great, however the I/O shield doesn't come pre-installed. You'll need to install it manually before installing the motherboard. Compared to its competitors like the ASRock B650 Steel Legend Wi-Fi or the Asus TUF Gaming B650E Wi-Fi, the MSI board provides a better value for money without missing any important features. Plus, you get better connectivity options compared to the Asus equivalent, along with a slightly better VRM setup. All in all, the MSI B650 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi is a great option for a new-gen budget setup that offers all of the connectivity options you'll ever need, along with a decent VRM setup that ensures the motherboard performs under high loads. To sum up, what I like is the impressive connectivity options, the solid cooling performance and features, and the built-in Wi-Fi 6E support. On the downside, thermals are slightly higher than competitors. Ratings: VRM design, 8 out of 10. Connectivity, 9 out of 10. Aesthetics, 8 out of 10. Features, 8 out of 10. Value for money, 8.5 out of 10. For an overall rating of 8.5 out of 10.